Hey everyone, my name is Shai. I'm a student doctor here in Denver, Colorado. I'm lucky enough to be speaking to you all about the virus that is going on all around us and wanted to talk to you about how to treat other people appropriately during this difficult time. To start, I wanted to outline what I'll be talking about. First, I'll be giving a super short introduction to what's going on because it's confusing, even for us student doctors to understand. Second, I'm going to talk about 6 points that I think are important to know about treating other people during this time. I hope you all learned something from this mini course and treat other people with a little bit more kindness and respect because of it. All right, let's get started. So, what is going on? There is a virus going around the entire world, and it's called coronavirus. It is a small germ, originally from bats, that started in China, and it moved all over the world, spreading from person to person, mostly by coughing or breathing on other people. We in America have not seen this virus before, and we don't have medicine to cure it, so lots of people are getting sick. This virus makes most people a little sick, like a cold, and then they get better. However, it does make a small number of people really sick, and they may even need to stay in the hospital for a while. The people that get the sickest are old people and people with lots of medical problems. In the past few months, states around the country have decided to shut down stores, restaurants, businesses, and schools in order to help stop the spread of the virus. And it turns out it's working. Slowly, but still working. This virus is scary, but there are things we can do about it. And kids like yourselves play an important role in the fight. All right, so that's what's going on. Now on to the 6 points on how to treat others appropriately during this time. Number 1, coronavirus can make anyone sick, regardless of race or ethnicity. Some people incorrectly think that because coronavirus started in China, that people who are Asian are at more risk of getting the sickness or are responsible for the virus. And that is not true, and very hurtful to these communities. In order to fight these hateful thoughts and actions by others, we need to not spread ideas that Asians are to blame for the virus, and correct our friends and family who think it is because of Asians that the virus is here. Number 2, the overall chance of becoming very ill from coronavirus is low. And for kids, it's even lower. It's okay to be scared and nervous about the virus. I know I am. But take comfort in the fact that you probably won't get sick from it. And comfort your siblings and friends telling them this. However, the reason to still wash hands and do social distancing, which we will get to in a bit, is to prevent your parents, grandparents, or people with lots of medical problems from getting sick. We're doing this not for us, but for them. Number 3, if someone you know was being told to stay away from others because they might have been exposed to the virus, once they are no longer told to stay away, which usually lasts about 2 weeks, you can interact with them normally and should. They are probably feeling alone and scared and would welcome the company. Number 4, there are simple things you can do to keep yourself and others safe. The first is wash your hands and do it like a doctor. Here's a short video of how to wash your hands like a doctor. All right, the first thing you want to do is wet your hands. And then you want to get a good amount of soap on there. Doesn't matter if it's liquid soap or bar soap. Either one's fine. Then you want to coat the palms of your hands in a lot of soap. Get those suds going. You want to do the backs of your hands. You want to do in between your fingers. You want to get under your fingernails, this is what I'm doing there, and then around your wrists. And you want to continue scrubbing hard and fast for about 20 seconds, which is the same as singing happy birthday slowly 2 times. Once you've done that, clean off all the soap with water, again, vigorously rubbing until all the soap is off. Then take a clean paper towel or towel and dry every surface of your hands. Drying is a really important part of killing the virus and bacteria on your hands. Once you feel like you've dried every area of your hands, you're done. All right, everyone, so we just learned how to wash our hands like a doctor. The next important thing that you can do to slow the spread of the virus is avoid touching your eyes, face, mouth, and nose, especially if you haven't washed your hands. This is actually a lot harder than you might think, and people touch their faces a ton during the day. So you can even try to make a game out of it with the people in your house and see who can go the longest without touching their face. Another thing you can do is cover a cough or a sneeze with a tissue. Or even better, cough or sneeze into your elbow away from other people and then go wash your hands. An example of this would be, I have my tissue here, I'm going to sneeze, achoo! Sneeze into the tissue, throw it away, and go wash my hands. Another thing you can do is cough or sneeze into your elbow, just like this. Keeping the cough away from other people, and then go wash your hands. So these simple things that you can do every day really make a huge impact in slowing the virus down and protecting you and your family. All right, number 5, what people may complain about when they have the virus. The 3 major things that people complain about are fever, which is, many of you have probably had a fever and you know that it's feeling really, really hot and uncomfortable. And that's when your temperature, which you take with a thermometer, is greater than 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit. So fever is one. Another one is trouble breathing. And finally, the last one is cough. Those are the 3 most common, what we call symptoms, or things that people complain about when they have coronavirus. All right, number 6, social distancing. This means keeping more distance than we normally would from other people in order to slow the spread of the virus. The idea is to keep about 6 feet of distance between yourself and anyone who does not live in your house. 6 feet is about the same as 6 big steps. Also, it means that many people are not going to work or are working from home. Finally, it means to stay away from people who are elderly, because they are most likely to get really sick from the virus if they get it. Social distancing does not mean don't contact your friends and family who don't live in your house. In fact, it's even more important now to contact these people, as they would love to hear from you and probably miss seeing you. Also, if any of you know people who are really old, like 70, let's say, they probably aren't seeing anyone and would love to hear from you over the phone or the internet. Please call your family and friends to talk to them. They want to hear from you, and this is one of the most important things you can do for them and for yourself. To summarize what we talked about and how to treat others appropriately during this virus, the first thing is the virus affects everyone, and no one people are responsible for it. Don't assign blame and correct others that do. 2, spread the word that you as kids are unlikely to get sick from this virus, but can still spread it. The reason we are doing all of these things is to stop the spread to people who will get really sick if they get the virus. 3, wash your hands and sneeze and cough into your elbow, away from others, to keep yourself and your family safe. 4, recognize fever, trouble breathing, and cough are signs of the virus. 5, social distance yourself to slow the spread of the virus. Every time you stay home and do social distancing, you are fighting this virus. 6, contact your friends and family over the phone or internet. Keep in touch. They want to hear from you, and it will help this difficult time become much, much easier. If you take away nothing else from this talk, take away this. Wash your hands and be nice. Thanks.